Greetings, greetings, y'all. I had the wonderful opportunity to have a conversation with Dr. Nell Cobb, who was one of my hydrators in my recent hydration challenge. But we have another challenge coming up, and we just wanted to touch base with her to see how things were going and to just learn a little bit about where she is on her hydration journey and just all the things. So I think you'll get a lot out of this interview, and I hope that for those of you who are thinking about joining us on our next challenge, this would be the conversation that will help to push you over the edge. All right, y'all, take a listen, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome. Hey, how you doing, Mama Nell?
I'm good. I'm good. Everything's going
Good.
great. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, so I just wanted you to jump on today. By the way, you look gorgeous. I just wanted to
Oh,
acknowledge you.
oh,
You
thank
look beautiful. You're
oh,
gorgeous.
and you too. I was like, oh my goodness, I love that print on you.
Thank you. I wanted to, we have the hydration challenge coming up, and I am asking so many people about their water habits. And
Mhm.
you were one of our inaugural Address Your Thirst First uh, members, right?
Mhm. Oh
Our
yeah.
hydrators. I call them hydrators, our hydrators.
Hmm.
And I just
Hmm.
wanted us to talk a little bit about, why you decided to join the challenge and just some of your takeaways from it. So we'll go in series of steps, but really I want
Hmm.
to start with why you decide to join the hydration challenge.
Well, just let me put this disclaimer out. So Chef B is one of I consider her my bonus daughters. And anytime she has anything going, I join it because I know it's going to benefit me health-wise. And so that's what I did. I'm always trying to improve my quality of life. And so that's why I joined.
Beautiful, beautiful. And so you want to tell people a little bit about your experience during the challenge. I know you were away visiting family, but you were rocking and rolling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little reluctant to do it because I was in a different time zone and I was not in my own home and visiting my youngest daughter who worked a lot. So it kind of helped that she worked a lot during that time. But I was able to, I was able to be successful with it. And not only that, it did fill a void. I thought I was going to be a lot more active because, I am. I'm 73 years old. Well, 72, hope to be 73 in July. And I just have to be active every day. So I thought I was going to go to the gym and do some workouts, which I did, but it wasn't as much as I thought. And then I couldn't find a pickleball, and so my big thing now is pickleball. So I couldn't find a free pickleball court because I wasn't paying like $50 to go play pickleball. So this helped, and it helped me by number one, getting me on my hydration journey. So getting me back on my hydration because I know and I know what to do. And I think a lot of us do, but it is just a means of doing it. And so the way Chef B you set things up was amazing. Like we had the Thirst app and we had school app and we had where we build community on that school app. And for the Thirst, it was more accountability app where you would like say, I have consumed X amount of water today, and you could actually show that you really did. So it was for those reasons, I thought it was very successful, and I thought that the community building was what really threw it over the top. Like you would post something and someone else would say, "Yay!" Like good progress, like I'm really proud of you. And it's like, oh, they're proud of you. And we didn't even know each other initially. And then all of a sudden, after I think a couple of days, we were like best friends. Like,
I tell you, those the folks in that community, it was amazing. It was so good. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Yeah,
I
I
still hear from them. I mean, yeah, it's like one young lady went to Bali, which I'm scheduled to go in July, and she sent me all of her information back. I tracked her as she's
that's so good. Yeah.
it was amazing. I loved it.
So post hydration challenge, what were some of your sort of habits that you felt like you've kind of still taken with you
Mhm.
post hydration challenge? Because that's the goal, right? The goal is for you to develop some good habits and even acknowledge, okay, this is where things kind of fall apart for me, and
Mhm.
then kind of do the work of trying to figure out, okay, what systems can I create to address where it falls apart? So tell me what's happening for you post hydration.
Yeah, well, post hydration, I tried to keep it up. Even when I flew back on the plane, it was a 4-hour flight. I just figured out a way to continue to keep my hydration up, in such a way that I wasn't embarrassed about going to the bathroom. It was like, so what if I have to? And this is where my community helped. Like I said, oh, I'm flying tomorrow. And they're like, oh, well, okay. So you're going to probably do so much at this time, so much at that time, which helped me to pace myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I
Good.
just didn't feel, and they were like, if you have to go to the bathroom every hour and an hour, that's 4 times, to help me think through it. And you're not going to feel bad about that. Just go.
Yeah.
And
And
I did
it's
that.
so true. I think like when you're in the plane too, to
Yeah.
your point, if you let the persons know next to you, like let's say you're in the window seat,
Mhm.
I got a funny bladder.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are cool. You make relationships with the people on your aisle that you're sitting
Mhm.
next to, they're fine, you know? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
did you do that?
Yeah, and then you don't feel a certain way about doing it because you're taking care of yourself. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. And who cares? Like we're not going to see those people afterwards. So, and if you do,
Absolutely.
so what? But yeah, and so that was the thing. So fast forward, I did drink like my water, and so as Chef B, she's got certain things that she's going to show you that will helpful hints, different hacks that she uses, different ways that she helps you with that challenge. So I was using those that I learned in the class, which you will learn hopefully as you take that class. And I did that probably up until like last week, I would say.
Mhm.
And then last week, and I don't know if you want me to get into to this now, but last week I went to my doctor's and I went to the kidney specialist, and because my records indicated that the function of my kidneys had gone down within the last three years, and my primary care physician wanted me to just, we wanted to monitor that and see what would happen. So when I went to this doctor, he told me that, I would have to get off some of the medications, which I'm on high blood pressure. So as an African American female, I'm on all of the medications at age 72, 73 that you would think African American females would be on. I am on all of them. And although I do work out a lot, I do a lot of things in terms of nutrition, but I didn't escape that. And so as a result of that, your body organs start to take its toll. And so that's what's happening to me. But we're kind of getting off of like the diuretic and some other medication, and then we're going to see how that plays out. So I think the hydration helped in that process because I don't know. It helped because number one, I had the energy. Number two, I think my kidneys were functioning. I was in the bathroom all the time. And so it was I think the hydration truly helped. But when I got this news, then I had to step back and see what that means. And
Yeah.
so that's the process of doing.
Yeah. And just for those of you who are listening, who this sounds like you, water is your diuretic. Water is your diuretic. So in some respects, like if you're doing a diuretic and you're
Mm,
drinking the water, like they put you on diuretics in some respects when you're not drinking enough water
yeah.
to push
Hmm.
the salt and the things that need to come out of the body, out of the kidneys, out. And
Hmm.
so think about it. It's like you're doing a diuretic and you're drinking your water. You're really putting a lot of pressure on the kidneys, you know?
Hmm.
So this is why we tell you drink your water, drink your water. When you start seeing the kidney functioning decline a bit, literally before we get into getting you referred out to a nephrologist, it's literally just like hydrate because you're going to strengthen your kidneys back by doing the hydration. Because what's happening is it's a filter, right? And you're filtering back in all of the things that should have come out. And so
Hmm.
this contributes to the deterioration of your kidneys. So
Yeah. And
hydration as we get older is critical. You see all of these dialysis clinics. It's for so many different reasons. It's not just for, oh, somebody has diabetes. It's a whole bunch of things. It's sort of that compounding of medications that, people on 50-11 medications and literally the liver, the kidneys all start taking a hit because it's just a filtration system. So you wanted to say something. What did you want to say?
I just want to say that I have been on these medications, the high blood pressure medications, for over 30 years. And initially, I didn't want to do it. And so my doctors talked me into it. Had I known, and I knew it, I knew what that would do. But had I been more in tune with my health and welfare, I would not have taken those medications to the degree that I took them. I took everything for face value. And so now that it looks like the kidneys are not progressing the way they should. I'm looking back on all those decisions I made, and I'm saying, what could I 30 years ago have done differently? And
Mm,
so for the younger people, when people tell you like, oh, your blood pressure is high, the question is, what's the alternative to medication?
mm,
And and so back then, I wasn't thinking that way. My mother was on high blood pressure pills. My sister, they both were on dialysis. And I knew I didn't want that life, but it was kind of, and I can't say it was handed to me because that's not true. I could have made decisions early on that would have changed the trajectory of a lot of things. Now, I did make it about some things, but not necessarily about the blood pressure medication because you think, oh, well, my mom, my dad, my brother, everybody in the family is on blood pressure medication. That must be my plight. But it's not true. It doesn't have to be your plight.
mm.
So that's the other takeaway from all of this.
Yeah. Wow. Very powerful. So, what would you, if someone was on the fence about doing the hydration challenge,
Mhm.
just what would you say to someone who is thinking about coming on board and hanging out with us, but they're not sure? What would you say?
It's well worth it. And you can participate to the degree that you want to participate, but you have to make sure that you're doing what you should do. But in terms of the community involvement, I was on because, I'm a social media person. So I'm interacting with people, especially people that are good natured. It's like, oh my gosh, I love that. Um, but it's gonna be beneficial. It was beneficial to me, not only health wise, and health could be a number of things, but it was more holistic. This is what I want to say. And it was across the board. I felt good. I felt as though my body was functioning the way it should function. Made my youngest daughter a little uncomfortable because she goes, "Oh, you may have to go get some more toilet paper." It's
Right.
like,
You're like, yes, that's exactly right.
I was like, she told someone at work, she said, I knew my mom was coming, but I didn't know that she was going to be on a hydration challenge. Like, oh, she said she's in the bathroom. It's like, oh my God. But yeah, and it was a cleanse, which I didn't, it's like
Drinking water is a natural cleansing. Yeah.
I know it just cleansed me. It made me feel more energetic. I cleaned her closet. She had all kind of stuff going on. So I would think it gave me a new lease on life. And I'm sure, and when I listen to other people who were in the challenge, sound the same way. Yeah, sound the same way. So I would encourage if you're on the fence or if you think, and I would encourage you not only to do it, but also get someone else involved. So then you have a person that, supports you. Yeah. Yeah, because that's the part that I think I missed, like I could have gotten a friend. Doesn't have to be a friend in the same state, because I was thinking about my friend in Florida that I could have gotten, and she really needed to be on that. And like we all do. I think we all do. I think
We all do. We all
you have to do it. You have to do it. So yeah, if you're on the fence, then do yourself a favor, and check, support your own wellness and do it like self-care.
Beautiful. All right, well, we're gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for sharing your
Oh, thank
thoughts. We love you so much, Mama Nell. Oh, and I
you.
gotta say, y'all, Mama Nell, she won one of the prizes because there are prizes. She
Oh,
won.
yeah,
She
yeah.
won. She placed to win one of the prizes and gifted it to someone in the community that participated in the challenge. So this is her heart. So yeah,
Oh,
she a little competitive too. She was climbing that leaderboard.
I am, and I'm glad I gifted that person because she really, really wanted it, and I hope she continues. But I felt really blessed to do that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, honey. Give my babies hugs.
Yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed that conversation with Dr. Nell Cobb. If you are someone who is really thinking about doing a hydration challenge, come on. We're ready for you. We're ready to receive you. It's an absolute incredible experience and it's a wonderful way to develop a new habit. So you guys can check out the description to learn when we're going to have our next hydration challenge. All right. So we will see you all very, very soon. Peace.